Hello, everyone. Welcome to your weekly horoscope and tarot scope with me. We are going to do tarot at the very end. All of the timestamps will be below after we finish up this live stream. So, you guys, this took a little bit of extra time today because I pre wrote all of this stuff. These 2 weeks of November are really, oh, I forgot to type this, are really important and really determinant. So these 2 weeks in November, this week, and then I'll give you, this is Monday to Monday's horoscope. It's going to give you a little bit of insight into basically the bigger changes that are happening. It's kind of like a big timeline shift, okay? It's like a big one. It's going to be a timeline shift that you hop on, or you might even choose to just stay in the comfort of the past. So I'm going to get into all of that. Um, okay, so let's start with you wanting to change your life's trajectory, okay? Everyone grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your beverage. I am using my Rammstein plastic cup today. Hey Troy, welcome. Oh no, I could never cancel our Monday. Mondays are so happy. They're Capricorn day. So no, I just took a little bit of extra time to write out some of this stuff because it's also an extremely potential, it's gonna be volatile next couple weeks though. Okay, got my little happy dance going. So this is actually okay. I'm just gonna try to like stay on the okay. So if you want to change your life's trajectory, we got to use Scorpio energy. Scorpio rules the natural eighth house in zodiac, and this has to do with other people's energy, specifically boundaries. Scorpio, you guys have heard me say on the channel for years, the last 2 years that I've been on YouTube, that the Scorpio secrets, don't, oh, I hope Scorpios don't get mad at me. One of the Scorpio secrets is that they will pull back their energy to reassert power. That like cold, that's why people say like, oh, Scorpio, Capricorn, they're so like cold and cold-hearted and aloof and everything. It's just like a whole, but that's like a manipulative way to use this superpower. But everyone can harness it because we all have Scorpio somewhere in our charts. And so, what I want you guys to do is to use the Scorpio super powerful energy to change where your boundaries go and where they are, because Scorpio rules the boundary. Scorpio holds their line on what stays in and what stays out. That's the Scorpio superpower. Um, and like I said, the misuse of that is when they pull back. It's not a boundary. It's they're just pulling back their energy to reassert their power. It's a manipulative tactic. So if anyone's doing that with you, you got to recognize that for what it is and just call it out and just know that they're being a little bit toxic. They're using their toxic Scorpio energy. Scorpio's one of the duality signs where they have the scorpion. When we're being dark, we're being the scorpion. We're being like vengeful, bitter, negative, pessimistic, hateful. That's a scorpion, like in the dirt, in the ground, low, 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 low vibe. Scorpio is also the eagle. So when you're soaring above your life and you're seeing everything and you're like strategizing and you've got great strategy, great tactics, and you don't get all up in the dirt about it, that's you being high vibe, using your high vibe Scorpio energy. So this week you are doing exactly this. This is what you're doing this week, okay guys? So you're redrawing you can think of it as a ring. Of course I think Lord of the Rings. A ring, your band, your sphere, your belt, your personal amphitheater, your orbit, okay? You're adding things into you're adding things, you're adding thoughts, new thoughts, you're adding people, you're adding situations in with you, in your space, in your life. Okay, think like a Scorpio this week in your life, Scorpio season. I have little alerts on my phone so I don't miss people's birthdays. You're adding things, you're adding people, you're adding situations in with you, and you're pushing some things out, energies, thoughts, situations, people, and you're holding that line in yourself and to others this week and next week. So if you're feeling off, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling depressed, it's probably the fears, because Scorpio and Capricorn, it's actually more Capricorn, but Scorpio too, fears. Fears get the best of you. So if you're feeling down this week, it's the fears. And you have to ask yourself, how can you use boundaries to feel better? Because this is Scorpios is like boundary central. So this is a superpower that you guys want to use. And oh, okay, so what I just did like I just finished all of my transit trackers going out yesterday. I know it's a little late. Thank you for forgiving me. Um, and so I talk about all of these transits and everything, how it personally relates to my people. And so this is my emperors and empresses. That's 111 every month. And my high priestesses and the hierophants. That's 222 every month. So it's very, very personalized. It's like very one-on-one. So everything I'm talking about, I go over with you in your natal chart. So it's going to augment differently. Oh, you have your Uranus retrograde here and you have this there. So, but what I've been telling people in transit trackers about the boundary with yourself is what it looks like. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you to Al and thank you to Patty for sending me stuff off of my Amazon wish list. I have this. Okay, I'll show you guys at the very, very end so it doesn't like mess up your weekly. But okay, this is one thing that I got from Patty. Thank you for these are like I wasn't sure if it would come through because it's like an import item, but these are like these you guys eccentrically British after 8 mints. And they're literally these little chocolates in freaking little envelopes. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Okay. So my example that I've been telling people is that the boundary with yourself, what does that even look like? It means if something upsetting happens, it smells so good. Okay, I'm going to give myself 1 hour to be upset and depressed or angry. If something angers you, I'm going to be give me 1 hour, give me 60 minutes. And I used to do this for myself after auditions. I'm going to get dramatic with it. I'm going to go full force into feeling crummy about it and like hating people and just like, just getting all of that out and feel what you got to feel. But once that hour is done, once that 60 minutes, once the clock strikes, ding, I'm going to grab my tin of mint chocolatey after 8 minutes, and I'm going to make myself a fancy cup of hot chocolate. Maybe like I'll make a mocha, and I'm going to watch one episode of The Crown, 25 minutes, or National Geographic, or the History Channel, whatever you like. And I'm going to zone everything out. I'm just going to forget about my life. I'm going to forget about my worries and my fears and my problems. I'm going to forget about all the worries of everything. And I'm just going to focus on the freaking Crown. Lady D, I'm just going to focus on the Crown. I'm just going to zone the frick out. And I'm going to enjoy my mints, enjoy my mocha. But once that episode is over, once those credits start to roll, I'm going to put it down, put it all down. And I'm going to sit in front of my laptop or my computer and I'm going to get to work. And I'm going to put it all away. And I'm going to be totally dedicated to my work. Not think about anything else. Not think about my personal relationship. Not think about what's going on in my family. Not think about just my work. Those are like 2 or 3 boundaries in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. That's what the boundaries with yourself. That's like one example of what it looks like. Oh, thanks, Al. Are the collective of the Pluto and Scorpio generation going through a significant transformation? Yes, absolutely. So when Pluto entered Scorpio in the 80s, Al, fantastic question. Thank you, my love. That set a generational shift for everyone born with the Pluto and Scorpio energy. And it has to do with sex, which is more boundaries. It has to do with revolution. It has to do with totally redesigning how we're using our energy. So it's a very magical generation. Thank you, Al. Oh, I love that question. I love when you guys ask me great questions. So this week, boundaries with yourself, and ask yourself if you're feeling crummy, how can you use boundaries to feel better? Now, oh, Carl, you guys are too sweet. You guys are too sweet. Blessings, Rose, Lion, and the crown. I am sending good luck and the shamrock to everyone. So it is low on espresso. Haha. Oh, thank you, Carl. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I'm so grateful that we get to connect. I love the internet so much. I have a lot of Iranian energy in my chart. I just love that. Like that's how we connect. So if you're not getting along with people in your life, like don't even worry. Go on the internet, jump on the Artigan. There's so many YouTube videos on my channel. Just like connect with this higher vibe energy. Okay. So this is a week of boundaries. Next week is a week of boundaries. Why? Why are we doing this? Oh my God, sorry, this looks so like upfront. Why are we doing this? Why not just stay the same? Why not just go back and relive the past? Why not just live in the past? Why not stay in the same? Because all year we've had Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus all year, all year, all year. And really since December 2020, big changes, but all year, this big square has been ongoing. So whatever, okay, so this square has been giving us new options and showing us a new reality. That's why we're doing this, because we haven't glimpsed something new. And all week this week, we have the sun applying in the trine to Neptune, which is freaking magical. And you guys always hear me talk about how I'm so suspicious of Neptune, but it's really, really good this week, I promise. So this whole year, we've been like, oh, I didn't know life could be this way. I didn't even think of myself that way. I didn't even think I could be with a person like that. I didn't, it's new. I didn't even think I can go for a career like that. I didn't think I'd ever quit my job, but now I'm considering it. Showing us new options, showing us a new reality, peaks, little peeks into a new life. Sometimes kind of stressful, but that's what it takes. So whatever and however you'd been looking at your life, it has to be this way. I have to think this way. I have to feel that way. This year has been opening you up to perceive and observe a new, totally better future for yourself. And this is Neptunian. Neptune, I think it was like 1861. Last time Neptune was in Pisces. That's a whole other digression talking about, especially like America. But okay, let me get started to stay on track. That's why I wrote this out so I can like stay on track here. So, but really since 2012, there's something that we've been looking at and changing. Like since 2012, life maybe looked a certain way and you were stuck on it. Life had to be this way. It's unchangeable. Nothing I can do about it. This year showed you, no, it doesn't have to be that way at all. Something new and different is opening up. And it's November that you make the changes. You enforce these changes and you choose the new life of what it's been showing you, or you stay in the past. It's a total free choice, up to you. So think of your life as its own solar system with its own orbit of heavenly celestial things, kind of like my background here. I'm just, floating around. Okay, you choose what your gravitational magnetic energy pulls in based on your inner state of self-awareness, your self-value, your self-love, and your awareness of the options, the potentialities, and the possibilities. Because if you can't perceive them, and remember, all these little electrons floating around, they're potentialities, potential realities. But once we observe them, they collapse into a reality. Until we observe it, until we perceive these electrons, it's just a potential. It could be anything. That's what you're doing when you think these thoughts, when you feel these feelings, when you generate your own feelings about things. You're collapsing these electrons into reality. You're sending little thought forms out into the universe. You're changing the matrix. If you can't perceive these potentialities, you can't see them, you can't choose them, you can't act on them. This whole year has been showing you something new, showing you a new confidence, a new feeling, a new thought system, new belief system, new, okay? So okay, it's like talking about like it's so easy to just jump a timeline, right? Okay, so this week and next has us cutting out and overcoming the karmic past that's been held over us since 2012, overcoming the fears, overcoming the karmic past that's been held over us for far too long, so that we can step into a future that reflects a healthier, a higher value self-perception, because we're creating our outer reality. We're creating our own matrix based off of the subconscious and the inner projections. Okay, so you're either going to overcome the programming from your mother's last trimester to when you were 7 years old, or if it was a good program, if you had if everything was like hunky-dory, then you don't have to really change the matrix too much, but it depends on what you were born into in this incarnation, what this lifetime's for. Okay, so that's my little spiel about kind of the overall of this week. Now I'm going to break it down day by where did I just put my pen? Day by day, here it is. And oh, I have another pen. Oh, guys, thank you so much. I got new RSVP pens. I got these really fancy folders for my. Okay, so I used to print out um, emails and photos of people, and I had a file on everyone that I was doing readings for and everything. And now that I have like these really fantastic hierophants and high priestesses, I got these fancy folders. Oh my God, it's so perfect. I'm so jazzed to do it. So now I'm gonna have like personalized files for you guys, and it has like all. I'll show you at the end. Okay, so this week is about those boundaries, putting a boundary between the karmic past and stepping into your bright, beautiful future for yourselves, if you choose. Because we're going to see it in the world. Not everyone is ready to be empowered. Not everyone is ready to live in the future and live like a great, and it's a free will choice. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let me just wait for the perfect minute because that's who I am. Monday. Welcome to Monday, everybody. So on Monday, we've got, oh, this is nice. We have the sun in Scorpio sextiling the moon in Capricorn. Oh, I love Scorpio Capricorn energy. The moon is going to make a couple more aspects. That gets broken down in detail, aspect by aspect, in our Tegan daily bulletin that goes out the night before for the day ahead. So, but overall, on Monday, we realize we're at a spiritual turning point in our lives. We're feeling this, okay? This is when we decide on some level to take our power back in a relationship dynamic, in a situation, or in how we treat ourselves personally, like my little display with the chocolates, how we treat ourselves personally. Now, what I love about Monday is Scorpio and Capricorn are all about integrity. I love Scorpio because Scorpio is about self-respect. Scorpio can go out and like deceive and cheat and like be like the mob gangster, and do all that stuff. But the higher vibe Scorpio won't. Not because they can't get away with it, they can. They don't because they have self respect, because they know and they don't want to degrade themselves. They don't want to betray the promise, the secret that they have with themselves. That's why I love Scorpio. They're few and far between, to be honest, but higher vibe Scorpio men can be just like, I'm in awe of the respect, because their self-respect is so great that I'm just like, oh my God, like I respect the hell out of you. Um, because it's just like admirable. It really is. And Capricorn's a sign of integrity. Capricorn's born to be in the world in a public way. So for Capricorn to be in the world, they have to know where they belong, and they have to know their spot. They have to know where they belong. And if it's not based from integrity, they fall. What's that TikTok sound? That's Capricorn. So Capricorn, you have to have your integrity with you and figure out your place in the world. Okay, I'm digressing again. So Monday, you'll have the integrity is what I'm saying. You'll have the integrity because you have the power of Scorpio and Capricorn. Use it. Don't waste this energy. You can if you want, but you'll be older and you'll have some hard knocks and you'll have some bad experiences, and maybe you'll have like, I don't know, some disease by then or something. But like you can waste it if you want. It's going to come back around, but later you might have to wait, but whatever. You'll have the integrity, you'll have the self-respect, and you'll have the self-discipline to do what you got to do for the rest of this week. Okay, so feel all of the feels on Monday. They're giving you potent insights into the changes that you have to make for yourself. Oh, Tuesday. Hello, Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. So on Tuesday, okay, the moon's going to be void most of the day. And then later on, it's going to enter Aquarius. On Tuesday, you really want to hold space for yourself. Hold space for yourself, because the feeling of your spirituality and the spiritual turning point of something's happening on Monday, to click it, to activate that, oh, I'm at a turning point. Something's going to happen on Monday. Okay. But Tuesday, hold space for yourself, because the feeling of your spirituality and feeling your way through this turning point deepens. It needs time to soak. It needs time to seep down down, down, down into your bones. So it deepens on Tuesday. So you'll likely be making some very important decisions internally on Tuesday. Oh, I'm doing good. Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. On Wednesday. Now here's the pop of the week, okay? On Wednesday the 10th, we have Mercury conjuncting Mars at 7 degrees of Scorpio, squaring Saturn at 7 degrees Aquarius. This is huge. What was going on in your life, or how are you feeling about yourself in your life February 17th of this year? So go back to the middle of February, because that was a turning point. And this is a turning point in the middle of this week, a huge one, huge turning point. The moon's going to be making a bunch of other aspects. And I'll go through that in the Artegan Daily Bulletin. That's from the lowest tier on Patreon. That's 1111. All those links are in the description box below. So Wednesday, by this time, you've made the internal decisions. And now with this pressure, you're like clear as a bell. You're like, ding. You're clear as a bell. And the turning point is activated to action. Your speech, what you're thinking, will have to align with what you're doing, what you're actually doing out in the world. So this is the day. Wednesday is the day to break the chains. Buck your own restrictive system. Don't worry about this is another thing. This week, don't worry about what's going on in the world. You're an individual. You're part of the collective consciousness. You as an individual have your own ways. Yes, I've been wearing these pants for I'm gonna wear these pants like the rest of winter. Um, you have your own. If you're raising your vibrational frequency, that's what you're doing to help the rest of the world. So don't worry about the cares of the. Actually, I have one of my hierophants. He actually does help the world. Like he does do things. So it's but you know what I mean? Like if it's a, okay, digressing again. Okay, but my emphasis is on bucking your own restrictive systems in your life, the ways of thinking that are holding you back, the ways of doing something, how you're living in your living situation, your rituals and routines, whatever your relationship, whatever it is, you buck your own systems. You don't go getting into something that's just going to devolve in conflict and make more problems for you. You look at your own self. You concentrate on your own chains. Like, what is stopping me from either feeling better or getting what I want or manifesting or having a good attitude, whatever it happens to be? This is the day. Wednesday is the pop off day. And guys, you're all doing this work consciously. For people that have they're just not paying attention to astrology, or they don't practice anything energy work, they're going to feel all of this crises. This whole month of November, crisis after crisis, and they're going to be running around like chickens without heads, panicking, in fear, feeling disempowered, feeling lost and confused and afraid. Okay, so we're here to empower you. So Wednesday is the day to quit your job, to break up, to leave your toxic home. Okay, trust yourself. This is something that's been working on you all year. All year. All year. Okay. Trust yourself to enforce your boundary. February 17th, it's a continuation of this pulling apart karmically outdated ideas we have about ourselves, about our lives, about our relationships, about our jobs, our work, our money, our situations. Now in November, by the time from February to November, we've seen newness. We've seen new ways that life can be. We've seen new people. We've been with new people. We've seen different people. God, isn't it like a breath of fresh air? Some new, different people. There's 7 billion people on the planet. That's 7 billion different ways of life. And who's one person to say that another way of 7 billion different ways of life is wrong? If it's right for them and if they're not hurting other people, freaking have at it. Variety is a spice of life. Okay. Now in November, we've seen enough of all this, right? We've seen the new ideas, we've seen the new potentialities. So now we're faced with putting that into action. Even if it feels premature, even if it feels like we're too late, even if it feels like we don't have enough of the resources, that's the square to Saturn. Saturn's challenging your fears. Saturn's saying, you got to do this change. You got to do this change. You don't feel like you're ready. You feel like you're too old. You feel like you're too late. You feel like it's off. You feel like you don't have enough money. You feel like you don't have enough resources. You feel like you don't fit in. You feel like you're a freak. Overcome the fear. Saturn rules fear. Capricorn rules fear. Overcome the fear. Conquer your fears, okay? Do whatever you got to do. Listen to, oh man, I've been changing my wake up alarms. I've been changing it up just to like, just like wake up in like a new vibe. Do what you got to do though, but commit to it. Commit to yourself. Conquer these fears. Okay. It's going to feel crunchy. It's crunch. It's going to feel crunchy in the middle of the week on Wednesday, because if you're not doing this consciously, you're going to feel it like you're being forced into a horrible situation. No one likes to feel that way, but you're going to feel it that like that. If you've been really resisting the change of this year, if you've been trying to stay in the past, see, life wants you to be happy and wants you to succeed and wants you to, the whole purpose of incarnation is to be energetic masters. Okay. There's two spiritual paths, the Buddha and the Christ. The Buddha is like when you're zened out, and you're like seeing it, like you're buzzing all the kundalini and you're just like in that transcendent, your oneness. Okay. That's the path of enlightenment. You guys are not on that. If you're with me, you're not on that path. If you're with me, you're on the path of the Christ. You're on the path of self-mastery. And you're going to be turning water into wine. You're going to be levitating. You're going to be moving shit around with your psychokinesis. Energetic mastery. Okay? It's Al, the Christ. Troy, the Christ. Fraz, the Christ. Carl, the Christ. Jasmine, being Jasmine, the Christ. Natalie, the Christ. It's energetic self-mastery. That's what I teach. That's what I mentor, my concierge, psychic, energetic mastery mentorship. That's what this is about, is you becoming that energetic master, the captain of your own ship, the leader of your own fate. Okay? So conquer the fears on Wednesday, man. Because it's just going to be, Okay, I guess I'll have to wait for the 30 mark. 1, 4, the magical. Here we go. Thursday. Welcome to Thursday. So on Thursday, we have the quarter moon in Aquarius. And so Wednesday, Thursday are kind of like blended as like a big turning point in the middle of the week. So, if you guys are repressing these change energies, they're going to pop off. You're going to manifest a crisis, and you're going to have to answer that crisis. A crisis is just a crisis because we don't have the spiritual maturity to meet the situation at the beginning. But by the time we get through the crisis, it's not a crisis anymore, because we've already come out the other end and we've now leveled up to the spiritual maturation level in order to deal with it. So that's what it's going to be for people. It's going to be like, oh my God, like the month of November, it's going to be a lot of hard pivots, hard changes if you are resisting. And it's just going to be a lot of like pain. It's going to be a lot of like making it worse for ourselves, a lot of pain and that kind of thing. So on Thursday, you want to use the energy to self-generate. Where's the moon? Oh, it's Aquarius. Okay. Quarter moon in Aquarius. So you want to use this energy to self-generate optimism. Okay. Optimism. Hold a party for yourself by making a fancy coffee beverage or tea with like a million different ingredients and all the bells and whistles to congratulate yourself on valuing yourself enough to face your fears. I love myself so much. I'm going to face these God blessed fears, and I'm going to enforce these new boundaries. Congratulate yourself for overcoming your fears, conquering your fears, getting through the crisis, or overcoming the fears and enforce the boundaries that you need to make with your parents, with your family, with your siblings, with your bosses, with your lovers, with your marriage partners, with your children, with yourself. Okay? So Thursday is about continuing what you started and keeping the distance to what you cut out. Be that Scorpio, do the Scorpio superpower, keep it out. Like Robert De Niro, when he was like, you're outside of the circle and now you're inside of the circle from like meet the parents. Like be that. Be the gangster of your own life. Be like no admittance. Because it takes self-love, it takes self-respect, it takes trusting in yourself to do that. Okay? So keep the distance to whatever it is that you're cutting out. Hold the line. Jump in the line. Rock your body in time. Okay. I believe you. Sorry. Okay, so where are we? Let's jump. Let's go. Let's progress. Oh, see? Now I have to. Hello, Friday. Friggs Day. Okay, so on Friday, we have. Okay, so Friday, the sun perfects in their trine to Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces retrograde. This has been building all week. So all week, there's this nice like dreamy, you can see this is you're going to do this one or two ways. You're either going to like pull your energy into the future and idealize and imagine a beautiful future for yourself, or you're going to use this energy of Neptune to be fearful and scared and try to romanticize the past and say no, the past is better for me, I was so safe in the past, the best, and it's like you're just like lying to yourself. That's like self delusion, okay, especially with the sun connecting with Neptune. Your goals, your direction in life is you're going to self-deceive about that. Let people make up their minds, you guys. What we're going to see in the world this week is we're going to see people choosing the fear and we're going to see people choosing the freedom. Okay? It's a personal choice. So that's why everyone's breaking off into smaller groups. It's why tribes are breaking apart. That's why other tribes are coming together. That's why we have all these little internet communities. It's like everyone's going to be finding their new frequencies, okay? So on Friday, the moon, oh, that's right, the moon's gonna be in Pisces. So the moon's gonna be in Pisces while the sun trines Neptune in Pisces. So, okay, Friday, this is what a spiritual portal looks like, okay? I know a lot of people make fun of all this stuff. You don't care about that. You have a boundary in your mind. You know what you know. And you put all this into action. All of my people, I tell them, test this out. All of the energy work and the energetic self mastery, I tell them, all the techniques I teach them, test this out. Tell me how it worked. I love getting those responses because it works. I don't do anything that doesn't work. I'm a Capricorn. If it doesn't make sense, if it's not working, get the fuck out of my life, okay? You be the same way. Test this out. Test this out in your life, okay? This is what a portal looks like. You got to walk through it. I'm going to explain it. So, this is what the spiritual portal looks like on Friday. You will choose fear or freedom. Draw a clear, hard line with your feelings. Tell yourself, you're not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going into the fear. I'm not going into the depression. I'm not going into the self doubt. I'm not going into the hatred. I'm not going into the anger. Draw that hard line with your own feelings and I'm not going there. My father used to say this. He used to say, I'm not going there. If you're going there, you're going alone. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. You want to go there? You go alone. You go without me. I'm not going there. Empower yourself. I'm not going there now. And because we're in November, we're in eclipse season, I'm not going there ever again. Friday, stay the course, stay the course, stay the course, stay the course, and separate your feelings of the past and your feelings for the future. I am like the spiritual Jim Carrey. I swear to freaking God. Friday will show a direction for your life personally and the world. Okay. The world news is we're going to get like a glimpse about like the direction things are taking from the world news. And whatever it is, I don't care if you guys are watching conventional news sources or alternative news sources, do not draw a hard boundary with yourself about the news. Observe, pay attention if you want to pay attention, but do not let that change your day, your mood, your feelings, your energy. That's still energetic manipulation. Okay. So don't just like put all of that on the back burner, the world. Concentrate on your life. Okay. Your life, your energy. Because Friday, you're going to choose fear or you're going to choose freedom. And that is going to show you the direction that your life is going to take. It's going to be that glimpse. So this is how you know if you're not going through the portal and you're running away, or if you're going through a portal to the future. It's by how you're feeling. If you're living in the past, you are living in the past if you're feeling fear. Okay. If you're afraid, if you're doubting, if you're insecure, if you're confused and upset, you're living in the past. And you are embracing an exciting future if you're feeling free. If you're feeling free and expansive and optimistic and confident, that's the future. That's what the future feels like. But you don't trust yourself until you put up your boundaries. Okay? Because the boundaries are what going to, when you put up your boundaries, you trust yourself. You're saying, I'm not going there. I'm never going there again. You trust yourself that you're not going to feel that way, the way that it feels when you do go there and lose yourself. So when you trust yourself when you love yourself enough to enforce these boundaries within yourself, with your situation, your life, then you trust life. Then you can feel better about life. And you're not a victim to life, not a victim to whatever's going on in life, okay? Let me continue. Oh, I missed it. Hold on. Because I was all in my energy. Hello, Saturday. Saturn's day. Saturday. Okay. So Saturday. Okay, here we go. Here's another thing. So on Saturday, on the 13th, we have Mercury at 12 degrees of Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus. So Uranus and Taurus is going to pop off these next 2 weeks. This is where the crises and the surprises are going to like really throw people for a loop. I mean, gobsmacked, like jaw drops. Okay. Oh my God, I don't even have coffee tongue. Okay. So Mercury opposing Uranus. And we have Natalie. That's what my sister used to say. She hates me now, but that's okay. I'll catch her in the next lifetime. Whenever I'd fuck something up, she'd go, Natalie. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this on my pants. Don't judge me. I'll wash them. Okay, so back to Saturday. Sorry. New feelings. Okay, so we have the sun trining the moon, and we also have Mercury opposing Uranus. So this is very much about the mind. Mercury in Scorpio, truth, authenticity, opposing Uranus in Taurus retrograde, value. Okay. So how did you do this past week? Did you trust yourself to enforce the boundaries or not? That's going to determine how Saturday goes, because there's going to be a surprise either way. I'm trying to help you guys out here. New feelings of exalted love, loving our own lives, being in love with every moment that we're alive in our own lives, and being so grateful that we made it to this point of self-empowerment to make a new choice for ourselves. High self-esteem. New, happy, dreamy, optimistic feelings, exploring this new world for ourselves. If you're in this high vibe, as I've described it, it's because your mind, Mercury and Scorpio, has set your new value for your life, Uranus and Taurus, and you've made the cuts you needed to make this week. What makes you different? What makes you unique? What makes you valuable are these boundaries that you draw. Otherwise, the message you send is that you don't value yourself, so why should anybody else? You don't care about yourself, why should anybody else care? I want you guys to feel amazing this week, and I want you guys to enjoy a new timeline vision for yourself. It's building over the month of November. This is a big week. Next week's a big week. But Saturday could be a vision where you're really you've made some big steps this week, and then you're like putting the vision board together and using your imagination to build these new forms for your life. Otherwise, if you're feeling bad on Saturday, that means you let fear run your show, run your life, and you're scared, you're confused, you're destabilized, and there's a rude awakening coming to you on Saturday. And you'll feel even worse because you let yourself down. Nobody else did it. Nobody else conned you. Nobody else would. No, you did it. You let yourself down. You didn't trust yourself to enforce the boundaries you knew that you needed. And now you don't trust life. So you feel like you're a victim of life. I already said that. Emphasis. Big sad. Big sad. You won't have anyone to blame but yourself. Now, careful with this Piscean energy, because Piscean energy will make horrible decision after horrible decision for their lives. And instead of accepting that responsibility and accepting that you let yourself down, they'll just feel sorry for themselves. Not in the Scorpio season, not with Venus in Capricorn. Sunday. Bloody Sunday. Oh, I totally forgot about that. You're fired up. Okay, Sunday, the moon is in Aries. You're fired up in either direction to add the new vision of a new life, add to it, create it, get the little doodads for your house, whatever. Or you're like, I have to correct this. I have to fix it. I need a course correction. Like, you might just be like, so it's like going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Either way, you're going to be like, let's build my new life, or I have to go back and I have to fix this because now, like, I'm making a mad grab for my own life, because it's never too late. You can miss these opportunities. They come back around, maybe different people, maybe different situations, different times. I don't ever want you to feel like this is the last week. It's like you can always make a different choice for yourself. I'm just helping you use the energies that we got to do what we can do with this, okay? So that's Sunday, bloody Sunday. Monday, next Monday. So Monday, we have the sun at 23 degrees of Scorpio squaring Jupiter. Everybody loves this aspect. I get it. I totally do. You're reformatting your beliefs still. This is an ongoing thing. It's kind of all crunched into these 2 weeks of November, though. So this can feel very euphoric. Or if you went the fear route, it's very destabilizing, and it's like a bubble bursting. It's like deflated. So it depends on what you did earlier in the week. So I would just say don't overpromise. Be honest. Reformat your beliefs. Okay? That's what I'll say. That's really it for Monday. I'll resume this because next week is really big, really, really big, with Venus entering the shadow for her retrograde. Mars opposes Uranus, and then we have the partial lunar eclipse in Taurus on Friday. And we have a bunch of everything. There's a major transit. So I'll be back next Monday to talk everyone through it. Let's just take a look, take a peeky peek at this. Ooh, you know what? I am feeling my iron wand today. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Let's do a quick little message. Is there a message that's trying to, message, tarot message. I forgot to write it down. Tarot message. Here we go. Okay, I already knocked with my iron wand. That's why cemetery gates are made of iron, because it holds energies to keep the spirits in. What's the message that I'm supposed to deliver? Ooh. Come and jump on it, my saddle. It's so gross. Okay, but honestly, this is pretty phallic. So, Okay, so this can be, yes, it can be getting laid. It can be having fantastic sex. This can also be conception. This can be the birth of a baby. This can be um, the birth of a business. You can start a new creative project. You can start a new collaboration with someone and your creative mind melding. Okay. So there's something new that you're starting this week, but you're breaking out of something old in order to start something new for whoever this will resonate for. The card is so phallic. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm so silly. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. You got to choose your priorities. What's a priority? And enforce the boundaries, okay? Like if something's not a priority, love yourself enough. Here's what I love about Scorpios. Scorpios, they're not always having to be like super intense and so obviously a Scorpio. So many Scorpios are soft spoken. So many Scorpios, they'll just, no, I'm not doing that. No, thank you. And they mean it. Like it does not have to be this big dramatic, no, it's like they just know their boundaries. They just know what they want. They know what they don't want, and they're just going to stick to it. And it's not a big deal to them because they have no fear of saying no. Choose your priorities. Love yourself. Oh, goodness. Right in my, okay. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la la. That's from Auntie Donna. Where did that come from? Okay, so I knew the. Oh, I should have called it. I knew the moon was going to come out. Okay, Empress. So for some of you, this is definitely like pregnancy. This is money. This is finance. This is wealth building. This is starting your business. This is the multiplicator of images. You're using your imagination to see a new life for yourself and build it in your mind. And see, the changes have to take place inside first in the fifth dimension before it comes down into the third dimension, into your physical reality. So these changes have been taking place internally all year, and November is like is when it happens. It's happening this week. It's happening this week, okay? So the moon at the bottom of the deck is telling us that you will have to see through the dark using your intuition, using like your room. So when the lights are off, you know where the furniture is, and you have to just like go slow and kind of feel your way forward. And like, yep, I know that that's there. Yep, I know that that's there. Go around it. That's like the moon card. But sometimes you don't always know where the furniture is. And you just have to feel your way forward. You have to sense. I sense that there's like something here. I'm just going to, okay, I was right. Let me go around it. That's the moon card. So you're going to have to trust yourself, though. You have to trust your intuition to know. Trust yourself to choose your priorities correctly. Trust yourself to go where your real passion is because it's to the future. It's not for the past. If there's things from the past that can survive, okay, then it can survive. But be honest with yourself about if it's really worth taking into the future or if it's going to weigh you down. Cut that dead weight, man. And then the Empress, beautiful, beautiful energy, very magnetic, very attractive. So if you're starting a business, starting a collaboration, starting a website, starting a YouTube channel, whatever you're doing, it's got this beatific energy. And because Venus is in Capricorn, you want it to be strong, stable, full of integrity, serious. Take it seriously. This is not the time for flim flam, people, okay? Take it seriously. Don't be afraid of seriousness. Don't be afraid to take yourself seriously. Don't be afraid to take your life seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously, but take your life seriously. Care enough about it to do it right. Do it right the first time, okay? That's what Saturn's doing. It's making you do it it's making you do it when you don't feel prepared, when you feel like you're under pressure, when you feel like you don't have enough resources or enough time, or you feel like you're too late, to make sure that you do it thoroughly. Make sure you're doing it correctly because this is worth it. Very fertile, very fecund, very, very abundant. So just trust yourself, okay? Wow, whatever is in her today. This is my coffee. I'm just having a great time. I'm just loving life. Mother of pearl. I just love doing my transit trackers. I love connecting with my people. I love all of this. I just feel like this is what you can do to make the world a better place is when you raise your vibe, when you fix yourself, when you heal yourself. That's what you're doing because we're all connected. Okay, the fifth, seventh dimensions, it's all oneness. We're all the same, or not the same. We're all like together. So being in these physical bodies, that's a boundary. We have physical boundaries. So we're learning how to appreciate our differences, how we're unique and different. So we have to learn about boundaries because we don't come from a place that naturally has boundaries. We're just energy, lights, little lights of energy sources. And so what does that look like? It looks like one big bed of light. So that's why we have to be in these bodies, all these little lights and these little flesh meat suits, okay? So I love you guys forever and ever and always. This is so long. I'm sorry. Have a fantastic week. Let me know if you guys need anything. My email, thefirstartegan@gmail.com. Bookmark the Patreon if you guys need more energy work. There's so much free energy work on the YouTube channel. So go back in all the little videos. And, if there's anything else that comes up, let me know. But otherwise, I'll be back later for Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries pre-shuffles. And then the weeklies go up on the Patreon. So I love you guys. Take care. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.